So hooray, we're back talking about the oceans. The oceans' role in global warming. And let's talk about the positive aspects first. The upsides. Because the ocean has taken up excess heat and CO2 from the atmosphere. So the ocean has reduced the global warming of the atmosphere. Well, that's a pretty cool thing. And you can actually work out from the heat changes, okay, observed in the oceans. Okay, and tell you a little bit more about that on the next slide. Okay. You can actually work out that 93% of the total change in the energy, in the heat introduced by anthropogenic CO2 emissions has ended up in the ocean. Yeah, so this is a big impact in the ocean. The ocean has taken away the heat from the atmosphere. Okay, well, that's one feature. Let's have a look at that, not in too much more detail, but just the link of how can we actually determine that. And this is to do with so-called Argofloats technology, which has been developed some 20 years ago, and which is about, you have these devices that sink from the surface to about 2,000 meters nowadays and measure temperature and salinity in the oceans, then rise back to the surface and transmit the data to satellites. And it shows you a little bit of a coverage of these Argofloats, September 2009 on the right-hand side. Okay, you have a global coverage of these floats essentially. And so this is the big revolution that we had in oceanography, which allows us now to have data, global data from these. And with these instruments, you can work out where did the energy go, how much of the energy has ended up in the upper ocean, where we're talking about from the surface to 700 meters or deeper ocean, and that's shown here on a graph like this. Yeah, plenty of information that you can find on this on the internet. So this is the one upside. Okay, it's the uptake of heat